Yeah, let's do this. Then maybe you get better audio. I will try. There are no promises, okay? The general idea here is that my microphone input will now be recorded on this and on Audacity. Like on OBS and on Audacity. I hope it will work. And I can, make the audio better and you don't actually have that echoing damn cell phone audio that I usually have in here in these behind the scenes videos. I hope you're all well. And I have decided for the 2 stories that we are going to record today, which is the Battle of Book Fort, or the Attack on Book Fort, and why not? Let's just say. Damn it. I'll get it later. I'm not going to crawl under the table now and get that lid. So yeah. Both relatively short ones. But with how we're doing stuff now, with one day you're getting the story, next day you're getting the behind the scenes video, it should still be okay. Also, there are also still, like, I have a Batman video that I still have to edit on the other PC. Because if I do it on this laptop will crap itself. It literally will. Like, the CPU will not... it would be able to do it, but let's say, like, render time about 5 hours. With a constant 100% CPU usage. I don't think that's good for my hardware, guys. I really don't. And I kind of like my hardware. The only really good hardware that I have right now is actually my microphone, my phone, and my gaming PC. The laptop that's over there. Can I actually? No, I cannot switch cameras while I'm recording. Otherwise I would have shown you. That laptop is 6 years old. As you can see here, like, let me pull this into the middle here. It is a 4th generation i7. That's a few years old. But way better than the dual cores that I was using before. So, I guess, let's do this.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat, repeat the sounding joy. No more let sins and sorrows grow, nor thorns infest the ground. He comes to make his blessings flow, for as the curse is found, for as the curse is found, for as the curse is found. He rules the world with truth and grace. and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ.
Okay. I like this story. It's just a piece of childhood, you know? Because, let's face it, we all have done shit like that. Like, playing make-believe, you know? And what else is, for example, playing a video game, playing a TTRPG? It's all just make-believe. So, with more graphics, descriptions and shit. But in these times of our lives, when we are so young that we basically do stuff like that, we build book forts, we imagine that, like in my case, a cardboard box is a giant skyscraper-sized Mac, you know? Those are the easy times in our lives. And I think we all should cherish those. And there's one thing that I always kind of try to live by. Sure, in some cases you have to adult. You have to do all the things that are expected of you, that paying bills, doing your taxes, you know, all that stuff. But I personally think that it is also very important that you keep a little bit of that spark of childhood. Because otherwise, life isn't worth living, in my opinion. If you are just serious all the time, especially, and that's something that I see in a lot of people, sadly, if you take yourself too serious. I have worked with people, I have met people who take themselves so seriously. And it can be a real hassle.
Book any minute now, and we must be prepared. Army people don't smile. Man.
And at least for me, I have kept this little spark of childhood, at least I hope so. Maybe a bit too much of it. And I do my very best to... You can ask my partner, you can ask Midnight. I always take my time to be silly with her. Because that is something that is very important, I think. And I've once listened to a YouTube video. I don't remember the title of it, but it was like 10 things you can do to make your relationship work. And rule number 1, like the most important rule, and I found that interesting, was always make time to be silly with your partner. And Midnight and I, we do that, and we both enjoy it because, yes, of course, there are times where we have serious talks where we're like, okay, so we need to do this, and this is how we're going to achieve it, and this is how we're going to do it, and so we are adulting, but we also take our time to just be a bit silly with one another and just spend time together, you know? Which doesn't mean that we're like on top of each other 24/7. That's also not the thing. If she has something that she wants to do by herself, I'm completely fine with it. If I have something that I want to do by myself, for example, I know she doesn't watch horror movies. So if I want to sit down with the boys, watch all the Alien movies, then I can do that. And if she wants to sit down with her friends and talk a few hours about Avatar: The Last Airbender, a show that I haven't watched in its entirety, so I pretty much kind of wanted to back in the day, I just didn't have the time anymore to do so, then she can do so. There's no hard feelings on either side, and that's something that you must also realize in a working relationship. You have to give each other space. You don't have to be on top of each other all the time. You don't have to do everything together. I remember I've had relationships like that, and they were after a while just sometimes a bit confining, you know? And I've had friends who had relationships that were, oh God, I remember one specifically, I won't name any names, but he was living near where I live now, and he was on his way to visit a mutual friend of ours. And he had just left, and 5 minutes later, the phone of that friend that he was going to visit rings, and it's her, and she's like, is he there yet? And the friend is just like, no. Why? And she's like, then where is he? He said he's gonna visit you. And then the friend was just like, when did he leave? And she was like, about 5 minutes ago, blah, blah, blah. And then our mutual friend just said, you do realize that it's like a half an hour walk from your apartment to mine, right? And if he left 5 minutes ago, then of course he's not here yet. And then like 45 minutes later, she called again. Is he there? And yes, he's there. Oh, good, great. Who's there? Aside from that friend whose apartment it was? And what are they doing? And she was like, always when he wasn't with her, super controlling and wanting to know what he's doing and with whom. And I'm like, what business is it of yours who he goes to have a beer with? You know, it's none of your business. All you have to do is trust him. Trust your partner. And I do that. My partner goes out on her own if she's not here, because right now we're not living together. And when she wants to go out with her coworkers to have a good time, sure, let her do it. I trust her that nothing will happen. And the same thing goes the other way around. She knows that I will not you know, that I will not cheat on her. I'm just not the kind of guy who would do that. But it's also like if you have to be with your partner the entire time, like 24 hours a day, I think then there's something else wrong. Because then you're so dependent on your partner that you don't know what to do with yourself if you're not with your partner. And that's not gonna work. And she's normally pretty quiet. So, yeah. I think what I'm trying to say here is simply give your partner some space if they need it. Don't be completely, he doesn't want to do something with me. He wants to spend time with his friends. Why doesn't he want me to come with when he goes out with his friends? He must be meeting someone else. No. 9 out of 10 times, girls, we guys simply want to hang out with the guys. That's just how it is. Just like some women will have a girls' night out, which, let's be fair, I wouldn't want to accompany them. You know, I'd be like, okay, you want to have a girls' night out? Like, I don't know. Why would I want to come with? It's not really my thing. And again, my partner knows that if I have a guy's night out, then it's not something that she would enjoy. You know? So everyone has their saying, and the relationship works because, sure, there are parts where we intersect, where our interests and friends and everything intersect, but everyone also has their own thing. You don't have to be on top of each other 24/7. That's just not how it works. And I sometimes find it very interesting when I talk especially to younger people who are also in my circle of friends. I have a few friends who are early 20s. Wow, I'm 36 now, oh god. And sometimes I hear from them, my partner doesn't want to spend time with me. My partner is playing video games on Friday evenings when I want to watch movies with him or whatever, you know? And I'm like, have you communicated that to him? Have you, told him, hey, darling, I kind of want to watch this movie with you. Could you maybe not? You know, and the one thing that I hear over and over again is, yeah, I told him just now, but he still won't stop playing. And I'm like, okay, then did you just plan to watch a movie with him just now? Or did you two plan that ahead of time? Because that's another thing. And oftentimes I then hear, yeah, well, I just found this movie while I was out shopping today and I wanted to watch it with him. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. Because especially if you're dating a gamer, let's say me during the time when I was still playing WoW actively, then I'm sorry, but if you don't tell me at least 2 days in advance that you want to watch a movie with me, then Friday night is raid night. You know? Where the entire guild would come together to farm all the materials we would need for our frickin' equipment. So we could handed to the Alliance in the next PvP. That's just how things worked. It's not strictly, like, even nowadays, I do play a few online games actively. And if my partner came to me and was like, hey, I kind of want your attention, then I would be like to my group, I'd be very apologetic and tell them, look, I'm sorry, but I've got some serious girlfriend action. So I gotta go. And then I'd give my partner her attention, of course. Or give her my attention that she would want. Private Cadence seemed not to hear.
Private!
I barked.
Did you not hear Captain Smiley?
It was on the very until she remembered. She seemed confused by my glare for a few minutes until she remembered.
And no smiling! Captain Shining Armor will be attacking Fort Book any minute now, and we must be...
Glorious land we were defending from the evil Emperor Shining Armor. This is actually one where I don't really need sound effects. The world. Though right now it was raining, so the fort wasn't as comfortable as it was when it wasn't raining. When it wasn't raining, it was sunny, and the sun made the rocks look like gemstones. They sparkled so much. Now, about my big brother. He was the captain of a huge army, and he was gonna come and take Fort Book, and soon all of Twilightopia for himself. He was evil and greedy, and it was my job to defend Fort Book against his forces. He was an army captain from the Land of Armor, which was right next to Twilightopia and was always trying to take part of our country for itself. Which is apparently what countries who aren't friends, or allies as my books call them, try to do. He does it a lot, which is why Fort Book has to be the best possible call them. I forgot or missed a little bit of breathing there. Books call them try to do. So right now it was raining, so the fort wasn't as comfortable as it was when it wasn't raining. When it wasn't raining, it was sunny, and the sun made itself, which is apparently what countries who aren't friends, or allies as he does it a lot. Allies snapping me up, my quiet captain told me.
In fact, I think it is them, and they're heading right for us. Yes? In fact, I think it is them. Be them heading over the hills right now.
I really enjoy doing stories like this because they are so country for itself, which is apparently what countries who aren't friends, or allies as my books call them, try to do. Forever. I can't get in. Smarty Pants tapped me on the shoulder. It just gives me a good feeling.
General, I think that might be them heading over the hills right now.
My quiet captain told Cadence is still a private.
All soldiers to the battle stations! Prepared! Load the cannons!
Nincompoop was one of my favorite insults.
Campus, all that smiling you do! Then man your battle station and stop all the talking, you silly nincompoop!
Nincompoop yelled. silent partner for anyone who wants to.
Campus, all that smiling you do! Firing Cadence! We have 3 joining armor! He's the leader! Right away, General, she said.
Cadence fired our last cannonball, which hit Shining Armor right in the face. Yeah, I think this one is. And again, I'll have to censor that. Oh, I did have a pillow sound effect. Oops. Which hit Shining Armor right in the face. Shining. And it's even the same one. Yeah, sometimes because those are sound effects I don't use much. Cadence fired our last cannonball, which hit Shining Armor right in the face.
We won! We defended Fort Buck!
I said as my brother fell over. In the whole wide world, said.
Cadence, she's the one that threw it!
I said and collapsed into giggles. I guess I can smile now, huh? Said Cadence, the best full sitter ever. I got you good there, Shining. Shining smiled that weird smile he always does around Cadence. I don't know why he does it. I think it's one of those almost grown-up things that happen sometimes. Yeah, you did. He sat and smirked, then super fun day in our books. Even Smarty Pants giggled a little, and she's normally pretty quiet. And already done. Attack on Fort Buck. Yes. Another sensor. So 2 sensors in this video. Yay. Sorry guys. But no, there are folders on my computer that you are not allowed to look into. No. Not having it. He's a captain in this, not a general. Now let's tweet this out. And tweet it out. Fort Book is ready to defend Twilightopia against the evil Captain Armor. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But really I do. And with this video is over, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah. See you guys in the next one, because right after this, I will record another one.